Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this video on Rust base building. My name's Steve Woody, and if you're a casual beginner playing this game, I'm going to show you everything that you need to build a solo base that you can scale into, grow within, and your starter can become your main base. Alright, so to go ahead and get started, we're going to need to put down a 1 square foundation. You're going to need a decent amount of flat land around you, so not too much, but just bear in mind that you're going to need to expand this, and so making sure the foundation is high enough that it's not going to clip into the ground is very important. We're going to go ahead and put down 1 square and 1 triangle. We're going to put a doorway here on the left of the triangle, and then the rest is going to become a wall. After this, we're going to put down a floor here and a triangle floor here. Okay, now the most important thing is to upgrade this as quickly as we can to wood, making sure we do the foundations first. Making sure that we do this as quickly as possible, and then we want to make sure we get down our door. So we have a door and a key lock. We want to make sure we get those down as quickly as possible so that no one comes and raids us and kills us. Now that's down, we can put down our tool cupboard. You'll have these in the hotbar ready before you go. Now the tool cupboard is going to go in the back left, as far back and as far left as you can. Don't forget to also upgrade the roof. Okay, we are now secure. We have tool cupboard, we have a little one with an airlock. And so now we're just going to put down our basic items. We can put 2 boxes down, we can put down a sleeping bag, and also we're going to be able to put down a campfire. So the way that I would do this is first with the boxes. We're going to rotate this by pressing R. We're going to make sure we go as far to the back wall as possible. Next one will go next to it just here. And that is our 2 boxes. That works perfectly there. We're then going to go ahead and put down our fireplace, which will go just here. And the other thing you can do, if you want to, is pick up this box and instead put it here this way. This will save you moving it later. The only problem with doing this is that you might need to move it if the furnace doesn't fit. So that will go there. And then we'll put our fire in just here. And then our sleeping bag, we'll press R to rotate it, and that will sit just here. We'll put this over as far as we can, like so. Okay, that is our starter base as we begin. We're going to want to, as quickly as possible, build an airlock. In order to do that, we're going to simply make a wall frame here. We'll upgrade this to wood, and then we're going to put on a double door and a key lock. Make sure it opens inwards, put on a lock, and now we have an airlock. So if anybody for any reason was to de-door camping us and to get in here, they're not going to get any further than this. Now the most important thing at this stage is going to be to upgrade to stone as quickly as possible. Hopefully you'll have killed some animals, you'll have a bow and arrow by now, and you'll be able to make a furnace. Now I'm going to show you how you can make this build with 2 furnaces, but you only actually need to have 1. So the first one goes just here, and the second one will fit just here. Perfect. Now it's important that you upgrade to stone, and this will stop any potential fire damage, or also anybody coming and trying to raid you, or looking through your roof. Now your metal frag should be cooking in the furnace at this stage, so you'll be able to take the door off, make sure you close the airlock before you do this, and have everything ready in your hotbar. We're going to take off the lock, remove the lock, we're going to open the door, we're going to do this, and we're going to make sure we've already got these ready to go, so we can just click, press, put the lock on, make sure we lock it very quickly so no one griefs us, and then we'll do the same with the airlock here. So pick this lock up, open the door, pick the door up, we can now get rid of those, we don't need those 2 doors anymore, and we'll put this metal door down instead. Now our base is secure. We have a very nice little 1 square with a airlock, sheet metal and stone, and that means we can survive here. We just might need to build a little more space. In order to do that, what we'll do is we'll pick up this box now. Another thing I forgot to mention is please make sure you put a lock on your tool cabinet. You must put a lock on your tool cabinet as well. Okay, so the next box we're going to build is going to be a large box, and that will fit in here. You might need to just jump up onto the furnace to be able to place it. But this is now everything that you need for a very cozy and a very compact 1 square base. You can live out of this quite comfortably until such a time as you're ready to expand. Now, before we expand, one of the things I want to talk to you about is moving this box and this furnace. You will need to pick this one up temporarily, and that is so that you can put down your tier 1 workbench. That will fit just in the back corner here, next to your tool cupboard, and then your furnace can go back down. We will keep the other furnace, we'll just put it in there with the other box, because these boxes will come in handy, and so will this later. Now, the reason I had another fireplace is because sometimes, if you don't place the fireplace correctly, you'll need to destroy it and place another one. In this case, it worked, we didn't need to. So there you go, that is everything you need to start and transition your little 1 square base. Now, when you come to want to expand, the way that we're going to do this is first we're going to open up this door, and we're going to build a triangle foundation here. We're going to build a single door to the right, and we're going to build a double door to the left. We're also going to make sure we put a floor triangle on top. We're going to upgrade these to stone straight away. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to build 2 more key locks. 2 more doors. This one's going to be a sheet metal door. This one is going to be a normal metal door. Okay. We can also get rid of this key lock now. We don't need that one. So your first door will go here. Your second door will go here. This one's going to open outwards. And you'll put on your 2 key locks. Excellent. So when you come to expand the next time, the way that we're going to do this is you'll need to shut this door to be able to do this. We're going to put a square foundation down here. We're going to put another square down next to it. Then we're going to put triangles here, here, and here. Now very simply, we're just going to build a wall all the way around the edge here, like so. We're also going to put a wall here, because this is going to become airlock. In fact, sorry, I apologise. This last one is not. This last one is going to be a door. This last one is a door. But otherwise, you're not going to be able to get out your base. So we're going to make all of these stone. Make sure we upgrade the foundations. You've got to do the foundations first, because if someone shoots out the foundations, you'll lose all of that hard work you've just done. And we're also going to make sure we have another sheet metal door with another key lock. Excellent. Okay, so now that that's done, we're going to put another wall down just here. Now this wall is going to go this way. We'll make this stone. And the reason for this is if anyone breaks through here, they're going to be met with this, which is the hard side of this. It's going to be much better for us. Okay, so we'll upgrade that to stone. We'll do this one here. Also do this corner here. And then we're going to do the 2 squares both here and here. And again, we're going to upgrade those to stone. So now we have a much bigger living area. So when you find that you have outgrown this little starter area, we can move into there. Now you can pick up your furnace, pick up your sleeping bag, and you can also pick up your workbench. We're going to move these into the main room. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is build 2 half walls. We're going to build one here. We will build one there, but not just yet. You want to put your furnaces down first. And we can actually, at this stage, build another furnace. So we'll have a 3rd furnace. The other one, I remember now, we did put it into the box. So we'll just take that out. There we go. Okay, so the first furnace is going to go in the middle of the back corner here. And the next one is going to go just here. Make sure you get it as tucked in as possible. And the next one is going to go... Okay, the next one's not going to work. For some reason it's not working, so I'll just craft another one there. And we'll just... very strange. We'll just throw that one away. There you go. Okay, so this one goes in here. Now we have our 3 furnaces. Now we can build that half wall. We're going to build a floor. It's going to come out here. And we're going to build a triangle here. Now we're going to remove this half wall. And we're going to remove this half wall. Now this one at the moment you can leave as it is. If you want to upgrade it to stone, you absolutely can. But you don't have to at this stage. It's totally up to you. But it's very possible if you want to, you can upgrade this one to stone. This one I would not. I would leave this one for now. Okay, we're going to come into our main room now with a triangle. We're going to put that here. And this one you can upgrade to stone. Now you have the ability to move your fireplace. And you can build some more boxes. So if we have some more boxes, be able to make a lot more of them. So the way that this now works is you're going to have another box here, and you can maximize your space by putting them wherever you want to. But the idea to have here is one box here, like so. You can fit another box in here, but it is tricky, and you may need to take the door out to do this. So if you wanted to, pick up the door, remove it, and you could even place this before you do the triangle, because it's really difficult to get in from this angle. You can do it, but you might want to do it before you put that triangle in. But you can get another box in here, so you can have one this way, one that way. But it's a bit difficult to do here. You can do it with your glitch, but I don't tend to worry. The other thing you can do at this stage is you can have another box up here. You can jump up here if you jump and crouch at the same time. And you can, if you do this correctly, get one box here. You can get another box in as well if you want to, but for now I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to put another one, a small one at the top here. But you can do it however you want to do it. But for me, this is absolutely fine. We've got our small boxes from earlier, these 2 small boxes. We can also put these in here if we want to. You can put a couple of them in here, so you can get like 2 in here. You can also put some on top here. Again, there's ways that you can do this. There's multiple ways you can do this. You can put a large box in here. You can do lots of different things. But the key here is you want to be able to get to the tool cupboard, which you can do here. You want to be able to access everything relatively easily without messing about. So that's done. We can now put the door back on. You've now got that loot room. We're now going to go back into the main area. Okay, so now we're going to put down our workbench. There's 2 ways you can do this. You can either put it right here, if you want to, or you can put it here, if you want to. Totally up to you. There's no right or wrong way to do this. But just bear in mind that you're going to want to either put it here or here. Now, we don't need this at the moment, but we could, if we wanted to, put some more boxes and stuff in here for now, and use this as extra storage area if we wanted to. I'm going to put the workbench here for now, as such. And we can also put some underneath here as well. So what we're going to want to do at this point is put in a wall frame, just like so. That wall frame we can now upgrade. But just bearing in mind that later we're going to want to put a triangle in. And for a floor triangle to go in here, we're going to need to remove these. We're going to do that later. And we're going to have a floor triangle to go in there like that. So just bear that in mind for later. Okay, so now we've done that. I tend to leave this one until I put the floor triangle in later. But if you want to, you can upgrade it to stone. We are going to have to pick out this ceiling later, but that's not a problem. If we get a jackhammer, we'll do it. Otherwise, we'll leave it, but that's going to be the way to upstairs. Right, so this can now become an extra loot room for us. We can put some extra boxes in here, so we've got extra storage. I tend to put one this way. I tend to put one at the back this way here, like so. And then, if you want to, you can put another one in here like this. I tend not to do this, but you can if you want to. It just kind of gives you a bit more access. And then on top, I don't tend to make it too difficult. I just put one up here. And you can go up to do this like so. I don't put them all the way back. I tend to put them forward. It's up to you how you want to do it. Again, there's no right or no wrong. But you do want to be able to access them. So I tend to put one here. I tend to put one here. But you need to be able to get into them like so. We can now put a door frame on here, like this. This one can be upgraded. We'll upgrade that to stone. We're going to want to make a new door. We can go ahead and do that. We'll also want to make another lock. And that can go on here and open inwards. Now, we could also put another one on here, but we don't have the frame on this yet. And the reason we don't have the frame on this yet is because, again, we might need to move things about later. But what we can do is put another frame here. Upgrade this one to stone. And again, you could, if you wanted to, destroy this. Later on, you're going to put it back in. So it's absolutely up to you if you want to do that or not. And that's why I kind of leave that one as a twig. So you could use this space for now if you want to. But we're also going to make another door here with another key lock. Okay, so now we've built the base to this stage. You need to be very, very careful when opening these doors. The reason for that, if I was to open this door, and I can also, by the way, put a door on here as well. So let me just make one more. But I want to show you the problem when you do this and why it is important. To consider as we come out. We're going to go outside now. When the doors are open, like this, you'll be able to see them, like this. This is a bit of a problem. It gives too much information away outside. So what we want to do... Oh, we actually forgot to upgrade one. That's a bit embarrassing. Pretend that didn't happen. Okay. Once we're inside, and we're in our space, and everything is secure, we need to consider honeycomb. So we have our boxes in here. We have our furnaces in here that we can access. Another thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to honeycomb our base. Now, one of the things you may consider doing, and it's totally up to you, you may consider putting a light in, and you might want to put the light in before you mess about with anything else. You don't have to, but if you want to, it'll help you to see. And that's if you've got electricity. If I find a car battery or a solar panel on my journeys, I tend to put electricity in. But we're going to do the honeycomb first because that is more important. So, coming outside of the base. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to consider, we've got this is our main room that we were just in. We're going to honeycomb this first. So, this is where our workbench is behind here. We're going to honeycomb this. This is where our loot room is, our 2 floors. So we're going to honeycomb this. This is our furnaces. So we're going to honeycomb this. This one we don't need to honeycomb because this is obviously where our base is. This one we're going to honeycomb because otherwise if they go into this room, just to remind you, if you go through that wall, it's actually this wall here, which puts them right into our tool cupboard. So we are going to honeycomb here. We're also going to honeycomb here because this is the tool cupboard here. So we're going to honeycomb this. And then just for good measure, we're actually going to honeycomb this as well. That way everything has been honeycombed. This is going to be our step up later. So this is where the half step is at the moment. We could use this as loot in here, but at the moment we haven't got anything there. So in order to do this, what we're going to do is upgrade all of these to stone. So basically it is just every square except for where the door is. Nice and easy, nice and simple. You don't have to think too much about this. Okay, so that's our honeycombing. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put the walls down. The way we're going to do this is put one down here. We'll upgrade it to stone, and then we're going to put the roof on. You must make sure you do the roof and you upgrade it. Then we're going to put the last wall on here. And we're going to flip the wall around. And then we're going to upgrade it that way. So another way to do this, if you want to, you could come around and simply just do this instead. If you want to be a bit quicker, it depends on how many resources you've got. Obviously, people are going to be watching you, so you want to do this quickly. Maybe even do it at night so people can't see you. It's very important that people don't understand Because if they're watching you build your base, they'll know how to raid you. So the idea is to try and do this as quickly as possible and to do it all in one go. If you don't have the resources to do it in one go, that's absolutely fine. Just do it as best you can. Do one piece of honeycomb at a time. But just make sure that it is all upgraded to stone. Okay. Oh, just finishing these off now, last few. And now your base is secure. If anyone wants to attack you, it is going to take more rockets as a result, because they're going to have to get through the honeycombing first. Okay, that is your base to start with. That is your base. Now, you don't have to do this bit, but if you really wanted to, and you don't have to, but if you really wanted to, you could put an extra step in here so you can get into your base. You don't have to do this. This is totally optional. I kind of like doing it for the aesthetics. You don't have to. And then you can have a sign up here as well. If you want to have a sign, have a nice little sign on your base. Maybe something that says don't raid me, or I'm poor. You can go with a large wooden sign and that will fit. And that fits there perfectly. So there we go. Your base is now complete for the first level. Let's go and see what it takes in terms of resources now this is all built. Okay, so going into the tool cupboard to have a look. We can see it's going to cost us 2,000 stone, 200 metal frags, and 17 wood. That's the cost of this per day. If you want to remove the wood cost, just take out that triangle that we put in inside the main area. Okay, so the next thing I would look to do at this stage is to get electricity. You're going to want to get a battery. If you do get a small rechargeable, that's absolutely fine. You're also going to want to get a switch. There's multiple different ones you can use. I just use a normal standard switch, and you're going to want a light. The other thing you're going to need at this point is you're going to need a wire tool. This requires high quality metal. So assuming you have all of these items, oh, and also by the way, in the main room, we can put down our sleeping bag. So I tend to put my sleeping bag just here. And that's everything done right now. And you can put another fire or a barbecue even. You can fit a barbecue in here if you want to. But that's up to you. So barbecue or fire, whatever you want, but that's going to allow you to cook and do everything you need to do. Okay, so what I tend to do is if you come into your entranceway here, I tend to want to put the switch just here. You can put it wherever you want, but I kind of put it here so that if I come into the base, this is just for the lights and nothing else. So I'll put a switch here, and then I have to consider where do I want my lights to be. Well, I tend to put one in here so that we can see what's going on. I also come and put one in, let me just make another light, in the main room. And you can put one here. You can also put one in there if you need to. I did say at the start, if you wanted to, you could put one up here as well. It is totally possible, but you're really going to struggle to do this after all this is built. It will go, but you are going to struggle. So connecting it up is going to be the hard part of this stage. You can do it. It just requires some messing about, and you have to take the doors off. All right, so now that we've done this, we need to make sure we connect this up. If you've got a solar panel, you can put it up on the roof if you want to. But what you're going to want to do is get your battery, and your battery is going to live on top of your tool cupboard. So just stick that up here, like so. Perfect. And now you're going to want to connect this up. So the way that you want to do electricity, if you've never done it before, is a switch is going to turn your lights on. So you want to be able to switch this on, and then once you do that, so the output from the battery, you're going to want the solar panel going to the power in, And then the power out is going to go to the switch. So we're going to left click here to connect these. One there as well. Trying to make it nice and tidy. That will come all the way along to here. And that is going to go to that part there. Okay, and now this one is going to go straight back up. And we're going to go back exactly the same way we just come. And the reason we're going to do this is because this has to now go into the light. We're only going to go halfway this time. And then we're going to come across and connect that to there. And there's also a pass through. We'll be able to come back again. Depending on how you want to do this. Come back again. All this way. And that's going to go to here. And then you're going to come through into your main room. And this is where you may struggle. You might just be able to do it, but it is really, really difficult at this angle. You have to kind of glitch it to be able to do it. But what you might find is it's just easier to take this door off. So you'd have to unlock the door, remove the door lock, pick the door up. And then you can just get into that angle. But again, if you can't do it from there, you will actually have to come and jump up here. And you'll need to do the same thing here. So you'll need to unlock this door. You'll need to remove this lock, pick up this door. And now you should be able to do it. It's really, really difficult to do. You might have to remove the light and move it. That will be another option. And that's why if I'm going to do this, I would much rather do this first before I do anything else. So you kind of want to put it there maybe. It's because it's a little bit buggy, and the only way that I can actually do it, you have to go up from the bottom, from underneath. So yeah, it's not the easiest one to do, this one. So again, I tried to do that before, but the other way you can do it, you can come through to here, and at the very least you can just do that one there. Okay, so we're going to put these doors back on. Okay, we'll put this one on as well. Later on, these will become garage doors, and it will make life a lot easier. But now this should be working. We should be able to turn on our switch, and there we go. We have our lights. So this light is working, this light is working, and the last one we didn't connect up, but yeah. Okay, so now we have lights, we have electricity, that works. We have a base, we can work from here, we have enough storage. This can be our dump box, and then this can be something we'll sort out later. If you want to later, you can also automate this with your electricity, but we're not going to worry about that just yet. That's something for a bit later. So, right, now we've honeycombed our base, everything's secure, but we've grown. We've got a bit big now. Let's just imagine at this stage we've got a tier 2 workbench. And we can simply pick this one up and replace it. But we need to expand. We're getting a bit full, and we need to get to the next level. So the way that we do this is, I would recommend removing this. You don't need to. You could actually just take the door off, is another way to do this. And then you can actually jump up onto here, and you need to pick this. So if we remove this, and we pick it, we can now jump up onto the roof. And this becomes our next adventure. So the way that we're going to do this is we're going to put a wall here. I don't know why it's not letting me put a wall there. It should. There's no reason why you can't put a wall there. It's just being a bit strange. Okay, we're going to imagine there's a wall there. Okay, we're also going to put a wall here, one here, one here, and one here. Oh, wait, let me put a wall there, which is weird. Okay. I don't know why it won't let me put a wall there. That's very strange. There's no reason why we can't put a wall there. I don't know why that's not working. So we're going to imagine there is a wall there. There should be. Okay, so this one's going to be stone. This one's going to be stone. As is this and this. This here is going to be a wall frame. And then we need to put on our floor. So here, here, and then this one will be a triangle, because obviously there is a wall here, even though it won't let me place one. It does work on the normal server. Maybe just because I'm on a build server, it's not working. Okay, so that all works so far. Imagine obviously there is a wall there. Now what we need to do is we need to consider upgrading our foundations. So now that we've got this done, and we've got this built, and everything is secured, we'll put on this this door for now. This obviously would be a obviously that would be a wall as well. And now we have a jump up. So this is now going to be permanent. We'll make this stone. And now we have a way to jump up and to get down. As a result of that, we want to put on another door. Now, we cannot use a sheet metal door. We have to get a garage door. So only when you get a garage door will you do this. Because if you were to put on a sheet metal door, and I'll show you the problem you will have. The sheet metal door has this top section on it here. You cannot jump up because of this. So you would have to use a garage door like so. And there's multiple ways you can do this. It doesn't really matter how, but I'm going to put it in this way like this. When this opens, you can now jump up. And you'll be able to jump up to here. Now at this stage, what I like to do is move everything around. We're going to be looking at a bigger battery at this point. So let's imagine you have a large, if maybe a medium, that's fine. I'm just going to go straight for a large at this point. And your large battery, you're going to want to put it somewhere in a corner, tucked right out of the way. So you could put it here. It will go there just like that. The next thing we're going to do, you're going to consider having a research table. You may even have a mixing desk. So let's imagine you've got a mixing table. If you've got a research table, you might consider that. You'll probably have a bed at this point as well. So we'll consider having that. And maybe you'll have a repair bench. So these are the kind of items you're going to have. So the way that I tend to like to do this is the research table first. It does fit in this corner, but it is really tricky. And if you struggle with it, then what I tend to do is just simply put in the mixing table instead. The mixing table goes really nicely here, tucked up against that wall. With the battery, you have two options. You can, if it's not going to go in that way, you can put it in this way. And I tend to want to put it in this way just so that I can get to the terminals against the wall there. You don't need to have anything else in there. I'll then go for the bed. Again, you can go for the research table if you want to. It will fit. You won't need to get access to the battery after this. Once you've got it connected. So the research table does fit in here quite nicely. Just like so. Okay, then you're going to want to have a bed. And for me, I put my bed here just like this. Now the reason this is orange is because I've got a bed downstairs. It means it's going to share the timer with the other bed. But that's absolutely fine because I can now go down and remove this sleeping bag. Perfect. Now I've got my bed upstairs. I've got all of these items up here. And if I need to, I can just chuck down the repair bench. So if I need to do a quick repair, I can just put the repair bench down here, do my repair, and then pick it back up again. You can also leave it there if you want to. It's absolutely fine. You just have to jump over it when you come in and come out, which does work. Just bear that in mind. Okay, so again, I don't know why that wall isn't working. It's very, very strange, but yeah. Okay, at this stage, you can now use this for some storage underneath. If you are fortunate enough to have bought the barrels, you can fit in the barrels here, and you can fit 2 barrels in here. You can fit 1 in the bottom. You can actually fit 3 barrels in here, so that is an option if you've got the barrels, but you have to buy that. That is a downloadable pack, but you can fit 3 barrels. They do clip, 2 of them do clip, but you can put them in there. I'm going to assume you don't have the barrels, and so that's absolutely fine. If you don't, you can just make some more boxes. At this point, no, we're just going to make 1 large box. It will fit in, but it will clip, so just bear that in mind. So it's fine, it's more of a dump chest than anything else. At this point you also might want to remove this one. You can put barrels in here. I tend to put 3 barrels down here, 1 at the back, so there's 4 barrels in there, and I put 3 in here. So you can have 4 in the bottom, you can have 3 at the top, do the same in the other room, and if you've got the barrels, it just makes it gives you a lot more storage. Okay, so with that being said, again, this will clip when this comes down. Now, one thing you can do to help with the clipping is you can look at what way the carriage door shuts. It does help. It doesn't fix it, but it does help. So you could put a carriage door on the other way like so. It doesn't work in this instance, but you can see it does give you a little bit extra. So in some instances, you can flip it around. It doesn't work in this case, but just bear that in mind. In some instances, by flipping it around, it will cut off. As you can see, it cuts off less of the box, but it doesn't fit all of it. So yeah, you can play with stuff there. Another thing I tend to like to put in the back there is a shotgun trap underneath. That's another nice thing to have there. I also like to put a shotgun trap in the middle here at the top. And I also like to have a shotgun trap in here as well. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to do at this point is we're going to remove these furnaces. We're going to assume that you are now electric. And as such, we're going to have electric furnaces. So we're going to go ahead and make 6 of these. We're going to need to place all of these. And this is where it can be a little bit tricky. So the first thing we're going to want to do is put this one down. We're going to need to move this box as a result. We're going to come in here. We're going to put the first one in just there like so. You might need to connect these up first. So you might want to connect these up and power them before you put the other one in. Because once you put this one in, it's going to become a lot harder to move that. You also want to make sure that you are back far enough. You're away from the door. Because otherwise, when you close the door, you don't want to be caught. This can now become a garage door as well. Because I'm going to assume at this point in the game, you've got garage doors. So we'll just go ahead and buy, I think it's probably about 4 more. We'll take off the key locks on these. I'm not going to put them back on, but obviously you will when you do this. And that one will be a garage door there. This one we'll have going that way. That will be a garage door there. We'll do the same thing here. We're going to remove this box for now. You'd have to jump up to here though. But now you've got a garage door in here, you can do this quite easily. And then we can deal with our other 4 furnaces. So in order to do this, we have to come back and put this triangle in that we talked about earlier. You can now upgrade this. Okay, our light that didn't work, you can at this point probably remove it because the furnaces will do their job. And also the light won't work with the furnaces, but now we're going to have another 3 furnaces in here like so. Oh, you'll need to put this the other way, sorry, apologies. It will go, just need to do it that way like so. And if you're struggling, just chuck the furnaces down first before you put the door on. But they will go. Okay. There goes the last one there. Excellent. So you can come in here, do these 3. You can come in here and do these 3. Now, later on, we're going to automate this entire process. So you're not even going to need to come in here. This whole thing will be automated. But for now, that'll be that. You can put your boxes back. You can stack your boxes now. They're going to be automated boxes. You're not going to touch those. Same with these ones. That's fine. You might again want to remove this one, change it, do whatever you want to do to it. It's fine. But that now is going to be an automated furnace process. So what we'll do is you won't even need to come into here. You can just shut that whole thing down. We'll automate this so that you'll be able to dump your resources into here, into this box, and it will take your, because you don't need wood anymore, but as a result you don't get charcoal either. But you'll just put your raw ore into here. What will happen is it will push it through into these. It will then output them into the top boxes. So you'll have 1 for each box. And that's the process. So you'll be able to do that and set that up. And yeah, really, really nice process to be able to automate that conveyor belt and give yourself an automated loot room. Okay, so everything else is done. We're just going to finish off this one here. So we'll remove this lock, open up this door, pick this up, and there we go. And then we've got this one on here as well. So everything's now secured. We have another door which we can put onto here, another garage door which we can put onto here. And the reason I want to do this is I want to show you how much it's going to cost in a tool cupboard once everything is complete. Oh, don't forget as well to upgrade this to stone. So now, because this is complete, let's just do this. We're going to look inside the tool cupboard. And we can see it's going to cost us 2,380 stone and 322 metal fragments. Now, at this stage, we're going to want to upgrade this to sheet metal. So we're going to go for the whole thing here. You will be able to, you'll just need to move around, but there is a way to do this. And then obviously you might need to just move a few boxes around. It's a little bit tricky, but you will be able to do it. So we'll just... There we go. Alright, so this is now secured. We'll do the floor as well. You won't be able to see this outside because that's now a bunkered down room. We're also going to do the same for this. We're going to do the same for this. And we're going to do the same in here. So this is going to be the next thing that we do. So this part, this part. We want to do this one. We do want to do the floor, but you might need to pick up a furnace to be able to do that. But then you can just chuck it straight back down. Okay, we want to do the ceiling as well, which again, you might want to take off the garage door to be able to do that. You might need to take off, pick one of these up as well, but you will be able to get in here and be able to upgrade this. Okay, we'll put that back. We'll put the garage door back. To do the garage door, you just have to be off of there. It will work. And then we're going to do this bit here. This one, and this one. And don't forget the back wall. You'll want to get these. And then finally this one. Okay. So that is everything that you need to do in terms of upgrading. Now, the only other one we can do, and it's totally up to you, is going to be this one here. You don't have to do this one, but you can do. And because of it being on the inside, it kind of makes you think that this isn't important, because you might look at this and think, oh, this is on the outside. And so as a result of this being on the outside, because this is the tool cupboard, they might blow into here and get into your tool cupboard. So before you do this, you may want to turn this around. You don't have to, but you may want to turn this around, because if you do that, it will fool people into thinking that's not a tool cupboard, because why would you put that way, right? They would just think it's something else. They think it's more honeycomb, and they'll come through this way. But if they see this as they're coming down, they'll think this is important, and they'll blow through. So just bear that in mind. It's sometimes better to deceive people and fool them and make them think that that's honeycomb, because when you look in here, now it's less obvious. But I would do that before you upgrade it to sheet metal, because you'd have to pick through on the other side, and then you'd have to replace it. So just bear that in mind. Alright, aside from that though, everything here is done. You've upgraded all of the rooms. That one's upgraded. Everything else can kind of stay as stone. It's absolutely fine. You don't need to worry about it. But what I would ask you to consider is upgrading that. And the reason you want to do that is because if we now go upstairs and we look upstairs, we're going to want to do this one. And we go outside. You've got to think about how this looks. Okay, so we can also do this one. But we don't want to do this one. The reason we don't want to do this one, I mean, I guess we can do it. It's totally up to you. But the problem is if you do it, yeah, I guess you can do it. It's not a problem at all. We don't want it to be obvious. So what we don't want is if you're looking at the base from here, yeah, see now I can tell that that is sheet metal from the bottom. And we don't really want that. So that, ideally, we would leave as stone. because it's only an airlock into here anyway. But if we're looking around this base, it all looks like a stone base. At no point do we know in here, apart from that bit that's broken, that there is any sheet metal. It just looks like a stone base. So if people start raiding it, now unfortunately there, if you do that, it's become too obvious. So what we're going to do is just remove that. We're going to put it back and we'll just make it stone. And again, from here now, you can see it's stone. Perfect. So that is how I would do that. Okay. Thought I could have used the fly command. It's not working, but that's okay. Let's just come up here. We'll come back out here. Okay. Now, the next thing you're going to want to do is, obviously you'll have a ladder at this point. We're going to craft ourselves a ladder and a solar panel. So you're going to need a couple of solar panels. You're also going to want to have a root combiner. We're going to use the ladder to get onto our own roof. As soon as you're up there, you can pick the ladder up. And once you're up here, you're going to want to put your solar panels down. So you can do it however you want. I tend to like to put them here to put them out of the way. It really depends if you're going to have a helicopter or not. If you bring a helicopter onto the roof here, which you can do, then you're going to want a little bit of extra room. So if you're thinking about using a helicopter, put the solar panels back a bit. If you're not going to use a helicopter, or you're not worried about one, then you can kind of put the solar panels a bit more hidden like this. Makes it less obvious if you're on the ground. We're going to put the root combiner just down here. Going to make sure we've got this tool. Then what we're going to do is connect these up. So the way we do this is we have electrical output here. That's going to come down to this and go into 1. Then we're going to have 1 here. That is going to go into 2. Then we're going to have 1 here. And that is going to come down into our battery. Do you know what? It's going to be a lot easier for me to get in this way. Alright, so we need to power in there. Now you can obviously make that a lot cleaner and a lot tighter if you want. Now we have the solar panels and that's going to be charging the battery. If you have any problems and it's not working, then you can just move things about. But there we go. Now it's charging, we can see the capacity is going up. And then obviously for the power out, what I would then do is I would run the power out from here. I would run that down to here. You want to come... Ideally, this would be a lot easier if the wall was there and the ceiling was there, because you could use that, use the ceiling. But the idea is you want to come back into this room. And we're going to come across to here. And now we have our power in to there. So now we have a redundancy system. So we have this battery. We have the other battery. So the solar panel will be powering the big battery. And then that will be powering this. Now, obviously, before we do this, we can go to a splitter. And we can split it so we can have the big battery coming to here. This is going to be the lights for the switch. And we can change the output if we need to as well. So we can have that back up. And we can change that to a medium battery. So the next thing you'll want to do is get a medium battery. And this is going to be your backup battery. Now, the only problem with a medium battery is it is quite large. And it will not fit on top of your tool cupboard. Just bear that in mind. If you're in here, you're not going to be able to do that. It does fit though. No, it doesn't fit in there if you do it like that. I remember now. No, it doesn't fit. I remember before there was a way that you could glitch it in there, but I think that doesn't work anymore. Okay, so with that being said, that's the base, ladies and gentlemen. It is a single base that you can run. You can do everything with. You can automate it. You've got ample living space, both in this room here. Put a nice rug down. You've got all of this space here to play with. You've got upstairs as well. And obviously I would probably remove the repair bench when you're not using it. It just makes it a lot easier for you. But you'll also have this space here, and hopefully you'll have a wall here, because for some reason mine doesn't work. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the base. That is the build. The only other thing you might want to do, and you don't have to, but the only other thing you might want to do, apart from putting a garage door on there, is going to be putting on a half wall here here, here, and here. Now you don't have to do this, but this would be classed as honeycombing. So the reason we would do this, again, if you do this, we're just going to upgrade this to stone. We want it all to look like stone. So if you're looking down from the top, it looks like stone. And we do this. And the same here. And that way, if they do decide to hit you from the top down with rockets, they're going to have to go through this first. Now, we could also do the same on the other side. We have a square and a triangle here. The rest of it, if we don't upgrade this one, see the other thing we could do here, and we don't need to upgrade this one, if we were to remove this, and this is where the furnaces are, by the way, so the roof of the furnaces, if you keep this as stone, it looks a lot less, and you can do the same here. If we look at this one, this is into this hallway here, so this would bring you into this airlock, and it would bypass the front door. So this is the front door airlock, this is a second airlock. But again, with this one, you could leave this one as stone. Now, if you look down, from the roof down, it just looks like a stone base. At no point anywhere outside would you know that there is sheet metal. So this is kind of how I build it. You've also now got to step up. So if you're up here, you can step up. I mean, people can get onto your roof anyway if they really want to. They can buy a ladder. So if they have one ladder, they can ladder up to here. They're now at this door, which obviously this would be a garage door. They can then jump up onto here, jump up onto here. So what you could do, if you wanted to, you could use a barricade. So metal barricade is a nice one to have in this instance, and that will help you. And you can protect your roof by using that. And that is something that you can come up here and you can kind of just put that like that. You don't need to, but again, you can if you want to. Now, people will still be able to get up there. They'll still be able to jump up and do this. But if you can move it about and do that. It's totally up to you. You don't need to, but it's an option for you. All right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the base build. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. It's a nice, easy, simple base that you can use. It's quite cost effective. It allows you to run as a solo, and you can start it as a little one by one with an airlock and expand it into this. A beautiful little base that you can play with and enjoy, and I've had a lot of fun with this on the server. So I hope that's been useful for you. Hope you've enjoyed it. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, and let's just finish this off by seeing how much the final upkeep is on a base like this. So you're looking at 1,939 stone and 845 metal frags. Very, very easy to be able to do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.